Welcome, everyone. Happy to have you today here. My name is Leonid. I'm managing partner of a company called Planingo. So we are the partner of Anaplan and helping to bring also the modern technology in the space of planning and forecasting to Middle East and Turkey and to our clients across the globe. Alex, we invite you to hear a short video as the intro to Anaplan platform before we go into the slides talking about challenges in the space of business challenges in the space of planning in particular for the Middle East and Turkey. So let's go ahead.
Anaplan is the tool that allows interconnectivity, interconnected planning, and allows you to build optimized solutions for everyday problems.
Anaplan is a big modular calculator that's capable of crunching vast volumes of data.
For me, the most powerful thing about Anaplan is the picture it enables us to paint.
It fills a gap that none of the other tools I've used so far does.
We were really looking for a solution which could be implemented quickly, but also add value.
The key difference to me with the Anaplan implementation was it was very collaborative. It felt like a partnership, not a vendor relationship.
And it's been transformational for our business.
It gives us the ability to view data in a much more holistic way. But not only that, it gives us almost instantaneous access to that information in one central repository. So you're not chasing spreadsheets, you're not managing or worrying about version control, and the information is dynamic, but also informative.
Hope this short video give you a first impression about the platform and the plan that will be presenting today to you, and we'll be talking about the practical experience of the platform. But before moving into the presentations regarding how the modern technology can help to respond to the current challenges, we want to talk about them a bit more and elaborate on it. So, but just quick one is I just want to introduce you. Planingo is the company. So we consultancy firm that helps companies to do the transformation in planning space. Our team is a combined expertise in technology. So we help companies to do the integration. Obviously, planning is always about getting actuals and some other data from many systems. And also with the team with a big experience, a vast experience in operations, in supply chain, and finance. This helps us to understand the business objectives and deliver really solutions that are really working and serve the business. And we're working across the globe. We have clients in many places of the world. But one of our key focuses is Middle East and Turkey, and we're glad that we can bring this technology and our solution to the market. The third thing I want to talk about is about some long-lasting global trends that we see for many years and that are very relevant for the consumer goods industry. I think they, at the same time, relevant for some other industries as well, but I will talk now more from the angle of the consumer goods. The first thing is about personalization. This is about the fact that the consumer, the shopper, looking for the individual solution in the particular sales channel, and all of us wants to get a specific offer, a specific solution, a specific product that really responds to our needs, daily needs. And the second trend is about real-time, the real-time data, real-time changes. We all see that we have like a huge amount of data now available for us. There is always the challenge to get some insights and to do like a proper decision-making process based on it. But it's definitely the trend that we see that this data starts to be more and more available. And that's one of the things and challenges what to do with this data. And the third one might be like, sounds like a very technical about the Moore's law. So you know that technology is always progressing. And interesting thing is that our view is these three trends actually feed each other in a way. So through the personalization, we have more data about our consumers and our shoppers. We can make more insights, and this all enabled by the modern technology. So what is happening now is that we see that it's constantly changing and evolving, and we take these trends as the basic influence on the consumer goods industry. Now I want to talk a bit more about the particular challenges for consumer goods companies in Middle East and Turkey. And I want just to first to kind of announce them. The first one is about diverse teams and big geography. I'm pretty sure we have today on the call companies that like probably operate in one particular country or just in a few countries or probably working in many countries. And this all is one of the challenges, is how to operate for such a big geography. The second one is varied regional economic specifics. The region is very different. I mean, and each country has its own specific. It needs to be considered when we're talking about planning. And I will be talking about this a bit more. The third one is about maturity of the processes, which are like really different from the company to company, from region to region, from company to company in the sense of vendor, supplier, and the customer. And at the same time, we need to collaborate. We need to cooperate in order to run the business. And that's one of the challenges, how to consider these different differences as well. The last but not the least, we have a different go-to-market models. We have markets where the modern trade is taking its share. At the same time, we have countries where traditional trade still play a big role. So talking a bit each of these blocks in a bit more detail. So first one is about diverse teams and geographical region. I just wanted to say that, like, not going through all the points, is that overall working with the different cultures across the different geographies is one of the challenges. The practical challenges also, like we can see it in different schedules and working days, time zones and holidays, and all of these needs to be considered in planning and taken into account in order to respond to the particular needs for each country and for each category and company. The second thing is about regional economic specifics. We have in the region countries that experience inflation already for many years, and it's sometimes a double digit. We see that in UAE, many companies required to consolidate information from the different countries, and this means multi-currency. So it means that we need to be able to plan in different currencies and consolidate the data. In order to understand what is happening in each country, we need to consider the specifics of each market, each country, and what is happening, because the changes are everywhere and they might have a different direction in different aspects. And another point is that some of the decisions are not always driven but purely economically. So it's not only about the financials, but sometimes there are restrictions that not allowing to execute probably the best solution from a perspective of profit. Customized go-to-market models. The go-to-market models and differences between the countries always drive the challenge how to bring in new categories, new brands, new products to these markets. And we need to plan it. We need to consider the coverage. We need to understand where we're going to go, which particular product we're going to bring, what profit we're going to get as a result of that. And also, when we're talking about quite complicated models, when we have both modern trades, distributors, in this case, we understand that all the participants of the market are interdependent in terms of data, interdependent in terms of decisions and how to implement this decision. So collaboration is the really critical thing to have. The last one is about maturity of the processes. It's always very difficult to maintain the discipline when you work internally and externally. Yeah, and the challenge is to talk about the same numbers, to talking about the same plans, same assumptions that outline is a base for current plans. It's always the challenge. Especially, it's a challenge when you need to cooperate across different countries, across different teams, and you need to maintain this maturity at the same level, but at the same consider that it might be different. Another thing is about tools. It's quite often to see that even within the company, different functions use different tools for planning. And then you have a challenge of consolidation of the information or looking end to end to make best decisions that in the end will lead to the achievement of business goals. And it's one thing, it's when it's within, again, one country or one team, and it's a bigger challenge when we're talking about cross-country business and regional business. Then you need to consider not only specific particular function, but also a scale and that specific of each country. Always the consolidation, and the last point here is about consolidation and looking at the plans in total is also one of the critical challenges. How to understand specific on the low level, and how to explain it on the total level. How to understand what are the main drivers for the business and, that influence current performance. So what is the expectation from planning today? Looking and talking to colleagues in the region, we see that there are like main three requests and expectations. The first one is about being flexible. The second one, connected, and the third one, agile. Talking about each of it, just to say what is behind flexible, it is about having the solution that actually support the business, support the specifics of the business, and actually being the tool for business, not the business for tool. And it's always important also not just to have a fast opportunity to quickly implement solution, but it's also opportunity to have an opportunity to implement changes because the environment is very dynamic. Connected is about connecting the teams, connecting the people sitting in different locations, countries, etc., being able to collaborate, to talk same numbers and make decisions based on the total picture. And the last but not the least, I always was saying is that really excellent planning has one big difference versus good planning. So excellent planning has options to look to the scenarios. So scenario planning is the enabler to move and grow the maturity of the process and planning process, to have a chance to understand what if, to look to the whole assumptions, to look to the opportunities that business has, to look to the risks and make the best decisions based on what could happen and be prepared to this potential change in the best possible manner. How we can assess, and we'll be talking today with Philip and Michelle about that, how we can assess the value generated from the implementation of planning solution. We always like to see the impact in two areas. So one is quantitative. It's about efficiency, reducing the cost and increase the revenue. So we want to see the implication on the business performance that can be measured. And this is what we see that our clients are talking that this is really coming. We see the results like this. And that's our dream always to have in each particular project we would like to have and see such results. Second thing is about qualitative. And I will just pick up a few of them. So like collaborative working, we said that it's about internal collaboration and also external collaboration. External collaboration with the customers and suppliers. Steering in disruption, I just want to say about connectivity or connection of the operations and strategy. It's quite often the strategy is just, laying somewhere. It was done and then forgotten. There is a clear necessity to bring more dynamic into strategy and link into the operations. And probably the last here is Agile business model. So it's about changing and adapting solutions. So planning solutions always should be quick to adapt to the changes that we see. It's not, empowering users, insights and transparency and speed of execution as well important as others. I just wanted to pick up a few of them to speak a bit more in details. There are 3 questions I wanted to leave with you to think. We do believe that these questions trigger the right thoughts around how to make planning better. So first one is how we maintain a resilient mindset, how to have the solution that support us during these volatile times and changes that we see, how to develop early warning system, how to do exceptional based planning, how we can bring the potential future closer for today to make better decisions. And the last one, we cannot control some of the things. They will just happen, and we need to have a response. So how we can have a fast response to the things we cannot control. So living with these 3 questions, I want to pass the word to Andrew to talk about how connected planning can help and can transform how you see plan and run your business, and how a plan help to tackle this.